Welcome for today's short webinar, which will give you an update on Charter Hall's newest fund, the Wholesale Property Series No.1. This fund is available to sophisticated investors and wholesale clients, and I'm very fortunate today to have with us David Harrison, Charter Hall's Group Managing Director and CEO. Welcome, David.
Thanks, Stephen.
So David, I guess the first thing that the people watching this would want to know is, why have we created WPS1?
Oh, look, it's pretty simple. We're the largest owner of institutional quality real estate, diversified across office, industrial, and other triple net lease strategies. We're also the largest manager of external equity in this country, the likes of the Australian super funds, large global pension funds and insurance companies. And with that suite of product, we want to give our high net worth investors, our financial advised clients and self-managed super fund clients the opportunity to get access to something that is normally the domain of an investor that's investing at least $10 million in each fund. I invest in a lot of the direct funds, and I think this is a great opportunity for our clients to get access to the sort of institutional real estate that's often the demise of those big institutional wholesale pooled funds and partnerships. So with the type of investors that are in these wholesale funds, the fund has great exposure to Australian super funds, global pension funds and insurance companies, and the sort of quality real estate that they invest in.
Thanks for that answer, David. I note you mentioned that we're the biggest real estate manager in Australia. Can you talk to what some of the competitive advantages that Charter Hall brings to managing real estate in this country?
Yeah, well, I think it's pretty simple. First of all, we're property people, we're not financial engineers. Secondly, we are diversified virtually across every commercial sector in this country. We're number 2 in the office market at 20 billion of assets. We're virtually the same size as Goodman in industrial and logistics at nearly $11 billion. We are also the biggest player in what I call the triple net lease sector. We're also the largest player in social infrastructure, things like childcare, bus depots, and other infrastructure type assets. So when I look at our competitive advantages, and we've got nearly 600 people of property specialists, I think we have the ability to source assets. Biggest transaction team in Australia with 9 executives, looking across all sectors so that we can find many opportunities off market. We have the ability to price real estate and price it on a risk adjusted basis, so that we're really looking at both the resilience and the protection of our investors' capital, but also providing income and capital value growth.
Thanks for that, David. It's good to get a real feel for the expertise and the depth of the people and experience that Charter Hall brings. So I guess finally, if you had to say in a couple of bullet points, what are the key advantages WPS1 brings for investors?
Look, I think it's giving investors the opportunity to invest in a little bit of alpha, institutional quality real estate, modest gearing, and ultimately it's giving you the opportunity, as I said earlier, to invest in the sort of institutional quality real estate that quite often investors like myself don't get access to.
Thanks for that, David. Really appreciate your insights that you bring, and it's great for the viewers out there watching this to understand how Charter Hall likes to do things. Thanks very much.
No problem at all.
So you just had a very good summary from David on how Charter Hall manages real estate. I'm now just going to spend a little bit of time giving you a bit more information on the features of WPS1. So as David mentioned, it's an 8-year investment vehicle. The fund pays distributions to investors on a quarterly basis, and because we invest into an underlying portfolio of Charter Hall wholesale and partnership vehicles, the portfolio construction is critical. The senior management team of Charter Hall have put forward an initial portfolio which is heavily weighted to industrial and logistics, around 50%, an exposure to our prime office fund, which is Charter Hall's largest and is in effect the flagship fund. The fund has an exposure to long WALE hardware assets, so that's long leased Bunnings, and the balance is made up of a suite of diversified funds. Thank you very much for taking the time to hear about our newest fund at Charter Hall, the Charter Hall Wholesale Property Series No.1. If this fund is of interest or you'd like to know more, please do contact your financial advisor or one of the team members at Charter Hall. Thank you.